It's a beautiful day in the Victory neighborhood today as I show you how to install our Bed Side Molle accessory rack. As you can see, it goes from the back of the bed to the front. We only sell one length, whether you have a long bed or a short bed. The only difference is that your gear can hang further forward so you can fit more gear. This is a long bed. If you had a short bed, all the gear is going to kind of compress down. This thing is universal to fit either left side or right side of the truck. So that's pretty cool as well. So if you want to run two, split your gear, or maybe you have more gear than what you see here, that's your option. Put two in. So I'm going to show you how to install this thing, and let's get at it. Okay guys, so here's what you're going to see when you open your package. You're going to have the front accessory panel, and you're going to have the back Molle panel, a bag full of all the hardware you need, and then 3 for the factory Toyota bed rail. Now that's one thing you're going to need to know. You're going to need the factory Toyota bed rail, or you're going to have to use electrical unistrut, something to attach the top of the panel to the top of the bed in the Tacoma. So now you have to determine if you're putting it on the driver's side or if you're putting it on the passenger side. For the installation, I'm going to be putting it on the passenger side, but I do want to talk about something. We're going to be using 2 of the bolts that are located for this lower compartment that comes on the Toyota Tacoma. In 2019, Toyota decided that they're no longer going to be doing it on the driver's side. If you have an 16, 17, 18, you're going to have them on that side. If you decide to put this on the passenger side and you do not have this component here, you're going to have to drill through the side of the bed, and we supply the bolts and the nuts, and then you're going to reach up behind the bed and basically you're just going to bolt it in place of there. So anyways, I'm going to install this on this side. So when you're looking at the front accessory panel, the bracket that holds to the rail is going to be forward. And then this is pretty self-explanatory, but these 2 are going to bolt together in the middle right there. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to dump all the hardware out. I'm going to work my way through this. Okay, large 7/16 bolts, 2 7/16 washers, 2 7/16 nuts, and 2 wing nuts. This is the stuff you need for your high lift jack. So what you're going to do is you're going to take 7/16 bolt, washer, and a nut. On this accessory panel, you're going to notice the larger holes right here. And I've already predetermined for a high lift brand. If you have an off-brand farm jack, you're going to have to figure out which one of these works for your application. If you're running a high lift jack, you can use any combination of these and they'll get you right on. I do want to say, guys, high lift is the original OG jack and nicest quality, made in America. I suggest you spend the money and get a real one instead of the farm jack garbage that's out there in the world. So as you can see, we're going to put the bolt, washer, and then nut there. And I'm going to spread it out as far as I can because I want to distribute the mount on the high lift. And then I'm going to install this one. So you're just going to need a 5/8 and an 11/16 wrench. Okay, so you're going to use 11/16 wrench and a 5/8 wrench. You're going to want to hold the side that has the flange nut and tighten the back side. If you go the other way, if you tighten this way, there's a good chance that this nut and the knurl on it is going to actually damage the powder coat. So make sure that you're just holding the nut and turning the bolt with the washer to tighten that up. Okay, now that's installed, we're going to bolt the 2 halves together. So now we're going to use 2 of these 5/8 button head bolts and then 2 nuts right here. You can overlap this either way. It can go over the top or this way. I prefer to put it this way. I think it looks cleaner from the back of the truck. I'll put that through there, and install the nuts on the back. Okay, now we're going to prep the bed rail. All right, so now we're going to go into this factory bed rail here. You're going to want to push this in to release it, and you're going to pop that out. You want to store that off to the side. Don't lose it because you're going to need it later. Now using these little block spacers that are provided, you're going to use these carriage bolts, and you're going to fish the carriage bolt through like that, and like that. And then you're going to fish these 3 brackets down your bed rail. This bed rail has nothing bolted in, so if you have a bed rack or something else, you're going to have to move that stuff so that you can install these and then you can reinstall that. Okay, using the T30 Torx, we're going to take out the 2 outside ones. And we're we're going to be saving these bolts to use when we put the panel up. Okay, so you're going to be using the washers. So you're going to be using 2, 4, 6 washers and 6 nuts. You're going to want to have them ready. You kind of set them in the bed, set them up in your pocket, do whatever. Then you're going to be using one of the bolts that we took out down here to kind of line everything up. You're going to hold your panel up here, kind of see how close you are. And then what you're going to do is you're going to just start this guy down here. A couple threads to keep that in. And then we're just going to kind of work our way down this bed rail, moving these. Washer, and then a nut. Sorry about that. Washer and a nut, kind of hold it on. And then work our way down. Doing the same thing here. Okay, so everything's loose right now. Now I'm going to start this other one here. Make sure I can get that started, and we're good there. So now we have everything in here. You can go ahead and put the rest of the nuts on. I mean, seriously, if Daryl was doing this install video, not only would you guys get to see a beautiful ginger man, but he doesn't drop nuts like me. I've had some YouTube people notice that Daryl's not around. He's still around. He's just doing fun things, and I'm stuck doing all of his Tacoma videos. So there's that. But guys, we'll get to know each other, and you'll like me, I promise. I'm a fun guy. I like to run. I like to work out. I like trucks. I own a Tundra. Maybe someday I'll own a Tacoma. If I wanted to, I could take Daryl's Tacoma and drive it around. Anyways, it's taking a lot longer than I expected here to get these things threaded on. Sorry, I'm just going to keep talking, make it as awkward as possible for all of us. Okay, back to the install. All right, you'll see we have everything in here. We have everything loose. So, and you'll notice that we have adjustability in this guy here. Okay. If you have tonneau cover, or if you have a bed rack or anything like that, at this point you're going to want to kind of configure around what we have going on. If your bed mounts for your bed rack need to come around this, you may have to put spacers between here and here to space this out to make clearance for your bed mounts to go in here, or maybe they'll like overlap. You're going to have to get a little creative. This one has a factory tonneau cover or deck cover, which you can see we took off, and it's a hardcover flip one with the latch, and as you can see it doesn't interfere at all with any of this going on. So anyways, we're going to use a 1/2-inch wrench, and we're going to tighten up these. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure it's level. And so what I'm doing is I'm letting the top of these mounts kind of match up to the top of this rail, and that'll do the best thing we do to keep it level, and then we'll tighten those up last. Okay, 1/2-inch socket, 1/2-inch wrench, whatever you want to use. And you can see I'm kind of flush right there. I'm going to tighten this up. Make sure you put the washers on here, because if you don't, you're going to gouge the powder coat. And as you can see, I'm going to pull this up just a little bit before I snug it up. Okay, those are tight. Okay, so now using that T30 Torx again, we're going to go ahead and tighten these up. Okay, so now everything's tight. Bed rail clip that we took out earlier, we're going to go ahead and put that back in. snap that boy back in there. Now, as you can see, you still have the storage compartments. They still work, usable, so you still have that. Once again, if you're putting this on the passenger side, 2019 and up, you're not going to have this compartment with these 3 bolts. You're going to have to actually drill the holes. 5/16 holes, you're just going to drill those 2 holes after you've tightened up the top of the rail and got it level where you want it. Then from there, you just have a friend reach up behind, put the nut on it. That is included. If you're not drilling that hole, you're going to have a couple extra bolts. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and load this thing up with some gear and show you guys how it looks outfitted. Okay, as you can see, I have the entire thing loaded up with gear, so you can kind of see what your space arrangement allows. So what you're going to notice, if you do end up putting a high lift jack on, it does take a lot of space. If you didn't have the high lift here, you could probably fit a shovel and an axe together, or you could probably put a shovel over here but no axe. If you have one on the other side, you can kind of distribute your gear if you have more gear. So as you can see, we're just using, you know, Molle pouches, like fanny packs. I don't know why they call them tactical pouches. I feel like they should just call them like man bags or like ammo bags, not fanny pouches. Anyways, you can see we have a couple different bags here. A first aid kit. This one's just like a general. You can put like a flashlight in here or a knife or whatever it is. You can buy these in different sizes. Amazon's the best place to buy these. You're going to search for Molle tactical pouches. That's going to be your best way to find them. Make sure you're looking at your dimensions when you're ordering them, because you may order one and then get it and it's like this big when you expected it to be this big. So just pay attention to that. As you can see, we're also using these Velcro straps. They're just 1 inch wide Velcro straps, and then you can Velcro things on here. You can Velcro a number of things on here other than just what we're showing. Over here we have quick fist mounts, and you can buy these on Amazon as well. They sell different sizes based on the diameter of what you're clamping, so make sure you're watching the specs on those when you're wanting to clamp a shovel. Kind of know the dimension of the post on your shovel or your axe like this. And you can see these things just quickly lock on like that. And those bolt in right into any of these bolt locations you see. You can put quick fist all the way down here. You can do quick fist vertical. You can put like a Maglite flashlight. There's kind of like a endless amount of things you can do to customize this to fit your gear the best way that works for you. So anyways, that's our Molle panel. So that is how easy it is to install our bedside Molle and accessory rack. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed it. And I'm sorry that, once again, I'm sorry that Daryl wasn't able to do this video. And hopefully in future videos, you guys will get to see his bright, gingery, bald head. But he's like doing other things right now, and I'm stuck doing the install videos. I really like to get to know you guys. I'm Brian, Victory 4x4. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. info@victory4x4.com, or call us at 269-353-1184. We'll be happy to help you, and we'd love to get this set up in your truck today.